In today's digital age, where our lives are constantly shared on social media, it is easy to forget the value of privacy and discretion. However, these qualities are essential to maintaining our peace of mind, protecting our personal information, and cultivating meaningful relationships. Privacy refers to the right to keep certain aspects of our lives hidden from public view or knowledge. It involves the ability to control who has access to our personal information, our thoughts, and our experiences. Discretion, on the other hand, refers to the ability to act with prudence and reserve, avoiding sharing unnecessary information or that could be harmful to ourselves or others. In this video, we will explore a contradictory but powerful aspect of Stoic philosophy, the value of privacy and discretion in our overly exposed lives. In the digital age, where the pressure to share every aspect of our lives on social media is constant, this idea takes on even deeper meaning. The desire to expose everything can, in fact, compromise our inner peace and distance us from the tranquility we seek. Embark with me on this journey, where we will discover how the Stoics teach us strength is not found in seeking validation from the crowd, but within ourselves, and how maintaining privacy enhances self-respect. Embracing the quiet force of Stoic discretion in a world saturated with oversharing. The Stoic stance, as a beacon of wisdom, reminds us that the essence of life is often found in what we choose not to show. These ancient philosophers understood that not everything deserves revelation. They appreciated his secrets, his achievements, and the silent lessons. They learned from life, knowing well that revealing too much could dilute the very essence of these experiences. Seneca advised, "Keep silent about your deepest plans," underscoring a key Stoic practice. Like a flower under the scorching sun, our personal growth withers without the stillness of introspection. Privacy gives us the refuge we need to reflect on our experiences, nurture our wisdom, and move forward with renewed determination. The life of the Stoics is one of deliberate discretion, not to conceal, but to preserve the purity of one's own path. Genuine growth, as advocated by the Stoics, emerges from the harmony between the prudence with which we guard certain aspects of our lives and the openness with which we share others, in contrast to today's exhibitionist culture, where every achievement is broadcast instantly. In the frenzy of modern life, where achievement and success seem to be the only measures of worth, it is easy to lose sight of the importance of quiet integrity. The Stoics, with their pragmatic, virtue-centered philosophy, invite us to take a step back and reflect on the true meaning of a fulfilled life. The true search for wisdom and virtue lies in exploring the depths of our being, as if we were entering the dark waters of the soul. The path is not external, but internal. It involves an introspective journey, a journey of self-discovery that we must undertake to discover our secrets and potentialities. An introspective journey marked by internal battles and personal triumphs, where the continuous evolution of the being is the ultimate goal. Imagine a journey that is not measured by audience applause, but by the stillness of your own soul. A journey where victories are not announced with trumpets, but are celebrated in the silence of your heart, without seeking external approval, but rather internal transformation. In this introspective journey, battles are not fought against external enemies, but against one's own internal demons. Every challenge and struggle is faced not on public stages, but within the silent Stoic landscapes of the spirit. But not everything is battles. There are also victories. Every time we manage to overcome an obstacle, every time we get closer to our best version, it is a victory. And these victories, even if they are not visible to others, are the ones that matter most. This journey of self-discovery has no defined end. It is a path that we travel throughout our lives. By focusing inward, we gain the opportunity to reflect deeply on our personal and philosophical growth. As we grow and learn, our battles and victories change, but the ultimate goal is always the same: to become the best version of ourselves. Now let's bring these ancient principles to modern life. Imagine a corporate leader who, instead of boasting about quarterly profits, focuses his attention inward. He guides his team with honest practices and tactful dedication. This attitude demonstrates a long-term vision that prioritizes the well-being of the company and its employees, rather than the search for immediate personal recognition. A principled leader does not focus on bragging about his financial achievements in the company, but rather on guiding his team to success through ethical practices and consistent work. Their achievements are not for display in the boardroom, but for creating an ethical and sustainable business that benefits everyone. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy that finds true satisfaction not in applause, but in authentic, reflective progress. The only real failure is not growing from experiences. As we navigate through the complexities of life, let us embrace the Stoic approach that allows us to value the invisible efforts, quiet triumphs, and private reconciliations that define our journeys. How to apply the silent wisdom of Stoicism? This practice, although ancient, offers timeless ideas on how to live with integrity and depth, values that are increasingly precious. In a world where information flows freely, it is crucial to exercise caution when deciding what information we disclose and what we keep private. This choice defines the essence of our personal growth and development. True wealth, according to Stoic principles, is not stored in vaults, but in the depths of a balanced and serene soul. These ancient sages did not revel in victories, nor despair in defeats. They accepted the unpredictable nature of life in stride. They maintained that life is a choreography, guided by rhythms that are often beyond our control. In this calm acceptance, they perceived a deliberate decision, a dedication to authentic greatness. The Stoics held that true majesty lies in living with integrity and dedicating oneself to the collective well-being, promoting a legacy of humility, sincerity, and relentless pursuit of wisdom as the true pillars of a life worth living. Let's now imagine another corporate scenario: the business leader who chooses not to boast about financial profits in annual reports, but instead focuses on how his company has positively impacted the community, funding local education or supporting clean energy projects. Its success is not measured by profit margins, but by the social and environmental value created. This approach embodies the Stoic ideal that the most profound acts of kindness and achievement are those that are carried out without any expectation of return in a silent and authentic way. So how often do we perform acts of kindness just for the pleasure of giving without seeking a pat on the back? This question invites us to introspect and realign our actions with Stoic wisdom, encouraging us to live lives marked not by the glare of the spotlight, but by the quiet satisfaction of making a real difference. Let us embrace this wisdom by moving away from the incessant need to show off our lives and focusing on living authentically and meaningfully. In this way, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a legacy that uplifts and transforms. What steps can you take to live a life less ordinary and more in tune with these timeless teachings? Pursue goals not for public approval, but for personal fulfillment. Our dreams and personal goals, like priceless treasures, must be cultivated in the fertile soil of our souls, protected from the inclemencies of other people's opinions and criticisms. Our deepest desires and personal aspirations are like fragile sprouts that are born in the heart of our being, seeking to grow and flourish in the fertile soil of our soul. However, like tender plants, they require protection from the elements and the opinions or criticisms of others, which could wither them before they reach their full potential. Marcus Aurelius, a defender of Stoic wisdom, warned that a man's worth is not greater than his ambitions. Who among us has not witnessed the desolate scene of a dream that prematurely withers, a victim of the merciless hand of skepticism or biting mockery? From early childhood, our purest desires are tested by the outside world. The aspiring artist who dreams of moving people with his art and faces derogatory criticism from those who do not appreciate his talent. The young entrepreneur who seeks to revolutionize her industry and finds herself ridiculed for her innovative ideas. The child who dreams of exploring the stars is discouraged by the words of doubt from those who do not believe in his possibilities. History is littered with examples of dreams that were snuffed out before reaching their full potential. The inventor who dedicated years of his life to a revolutionary project only to be mocked by his contemporaries. The writer who kept his manuscript in a drawer for fear of rejection from editors. The musician who abandoned his passion due to the pressure of a society that valued stability more than creativity. However, there are also stories of dreams that defied the odds and flourished despite obstacles. The scientist who persevered in his research despite the skepticism of the scientific community and finally made a momentous discovery. The artist who ignored negative criticism and continued creating works that moved millions of people. The athlete who overcame ridicule and doubt to reach the top of his sport. The lesson we can learn from these stories is that dreams are fragile, but they are also resilient. If we nurture them with passion and determination, they can overcome any obstacle, even the most daunting. Let us not allow the coldness of skepticism or the burning heat of mockery to extinguish the flame of our dreams. Let us move forward bravely, pursuing our aspirations with the conviction that the impossible is just an illusion. In Stoicism, the virtue of self-reliance is held in high esteem, celebrated as a treasure more valuable than any external praise. True wisdom and achievement, according to Stoic teachings, are not like a chalice that can be displayed for fleeting applause, but rather a deep source from which one can continually draw sustenance. It's useless, they argue, which is why we should not seek temporary external approval when true wealth and purpose can be found in the corners of our own minds. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us the subtle art of distinguishing healthy ambition from arrogance. Choosing to remain silent about our greatest goals is not an act of humility, but rather a strategic choice to walk forward, avoiding the blindness that often accompanies pride. This practice is not about hiding our aspirations, but rather cultivating them with such care and discretion that they allow us to reach their full potential without the distortions of external validation. Therefore, the Stoic legacy is not one of loud proclamations or ostentatious displays, but a call to keep our dreams quiet in order to nurture them until they blossom into silent, majestic glory. This focus on personal goals is an invitation to rediscover and trust the strength that lies within us, recognizing that sometimes the most precious treasures are those we choose to keep just for ourselves. By adopting the Stoic way, you commit to a life where your dreams do not need the validation of the crowd to thrive, but instead flourish from your own conviction and quiet dedication. True strength is cultivated in the privacy of one's own mind. The Stoics kept their life strategies close to their chest, not as a means of deception, but as a way to build an inner core resilient and immune to the fluctuating opinions of others. This approach encourages humility, a virtue deeply revered in the Stoic system. Boasting about future plans may seem like arrogance, a permissible declaration of one's own perceived superiority. In contrast, choosing discretion maintains a balance between ambition and humility, ensuring that our actions are safe but measured. Stoicism therefore offers a profound lesson in the value of keeping your cards close to your chest. It suggests that protecting our goals is not merely tactical, but as a means of strengthening our being, affirming our self-sufficiency, and maintaining dignity. In a world increasingly obsessed with external validation, Stoics urge turning inward to discover and follow our own compass with a quiet confidence that needs no public endorsement. By embracing Stoic wisdom, we learn to appreciate the power of privacy and the strength that comes from self-reliance. By creating a life that is as deliberate and thoughtful as a well-played game of chess, by keeping your doubts private, you prevent them from being extinguished by the harsh elements of public scrutiny. The Stoics teach us that openly revealing our uncertainties can weaken our resolve, like stripping the soul of its dignity. Modesty is not only a virtue but a protective shield for the spirit, so it is crucial to be selective about when and with whom we share our vulnerabilities. In a world that often seeks answers amid the clamor of outside opinions, the Stoic path emphasizes the value of silence and introspection. It suggests that the answers to life's deepest questions often resonate in the quiet spaces of the heart and mind. This philosophy warns that by keeping certain doubts to ourselves, we can encourage deeper reflection and forge a more intimate connection with our essence. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said that he who does not wish to be lost does not expose himself to the danger of ruin. This statement underscores the Stoic belief in the strength of inner resilience and the power of personal discretion. Now let me ask you, How often do you share every uncertainty with others, and what might change if you looked inward for answers instead? Stoic wisdom offers compelling guidance amid storms of doubt. There is no need to broadcast every uncertainty. By adopting practices of silence, modesty, and introspection, we can navigate through life's uncertainties, guided by the constant light of our inner confidence. Understanding that the power of silent self-reflection and the inner confidence granted by Stoic teachings are immense challenges us to reconsider how we deal with our doubts. Recognizing that some aspects of our inner lives are best kept private allows us to grow and respond to challenges with greater clarity and strength. In short, the Stoic approach teaches us that while the world may pressure us to be transparent, there is profound strength and dignity in choosing what we reveal and to whom we reveal it. By adhering to this wisdom, we can traverse the metaphorical forest of uncertainties with confidence, guided by the unwavering light of our own inner convictions. This is the legacy of self-mastery and resilience that Stoicism imparts. The Stoics understood that criticizing others disrupts the peace around us and diverts our energy from self-reflection and personal growth. Instead of throwing stones of judgment and creating waves of negativity, they chose to extend a hand of empathy and compassion, recognizing that each person is a complex universe of internal and external battles, joys and sorrows. Criticism builds walls, not bridges. Harsh words and hasty judgments foster discord and separation instead of the tranquility and harmony we seek. Marcus Aurelius eloquently said, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following: which of my mistakes is most similar to the one I am about to criticize?" This call for introspection reminds us to guard our words and thoughts, focusing on our own growth and virtue in a time where criticism is often as quick as a tweet. Stoic teachings inspire us to cast stones of empathy into the lake of humanity and appreciate the positive ripples they generate. Stoicism invites us to reconsider our relationship with loneliness in a society full of noise and relentless social interaction. The Stoics found strength and clarity in solitude, not as a void to fill, but as a sacred space for the mind to explore, freed from the opinions of others. The Stoics did not shy away from solitude. They sought it and found it not isolating, but enriching, a connection with a deep inner universe full of ideas. In moments free from the contamination of external noise, the Stoics discovered their deepest thoughts in the true melody of their essence. Today, when social media often dictates our sense of validation, Stoic philosophy offers a refreshing counter-narrative that encourages us to step back from our constant need for external approval and find a space where our soul can truly breathe. It is in this deep silence that we find the purest and most authentic version of ourselves, a version that does not need to be transmitted, but felt deeply and personally. So how can we apply these timeless Stoic lessons in our daily lives? How can we use our words to heal rather than hurt, to build rather than break? And how can we embrace loneliness as a path to genuine self-discovery and not as a sign of isolation? By embracing these principles, we foster a life of meaning and depth, moving confidently through a world that often prioritizes noise over true understanding. The Stoics were not dedicated to boasting about triumphs or hiding defeats. They were champions of a deliberate, more reflective life. They taught that failures should not be seen as a source of shame, but rather as crucial stepping stones to growth. Consider this: every mistake you make is not just a misstep, but a vital part of your journey. The path to personal improvement. For the Stoics, the true measure of a person is not how he boasts about his successes, but how he handles his failures when faced with setbacks. They did not despair, but saw these moments as opportunities for revelation and transformation. By choosing to keep their struggles private, they were not evading responsibility. On the contrary, they were engaging in an intimate and deep process of reflection. Each failure was not perceived as an endpoint, but as the beginning of a new chapter in the pursuit of wisdom and virtue. The Stoics transformed their mistakes into the basis for growth. Now let's take this to a modern context. Let's imagine a young entrepreneur today who, inspired by Stoic wisdom, decides not to publicize her startup idea immediately. Instead, he chooses to work quietly, refining his business plan, keeping his product away from the prying eyes of potential critics and competitors. In this silence, his idea matures, just as seeds germinate better underground. Here, Stoic practice protects her from the harsh elements of doubt and scrutiny, allowing her to strengthen herself internally before facing the external world. This approach extends to our personal failures. In an age where every mistake can be amplified online, there is great strength in handling our mistakes privately. Reflecting on our mistakes alone gives us the space to grow without the external pressure of appearing infallible. So why not consider applying these Stoic principles to your own life? The next time you feel tempted to share a setback or a new ambition, pause to privately reflect on your failures, allowing them to silently teach you and nurture your plans until they are strong enough to face the inevitable challenges. What transformations could this low-key approach bring to your personal and professional growth? By adopting these Stoic practices, we not only safeguard our development, but we also reclaim the power of privacy in a world that underestimates it. The real lesson here is that there is immense power and dignity in reflective silence, perhaps more than we realize in our noisy, unforgiving present. What could you discover in your life by choosing this path of introspective strength and tranquility? When you choose to keep your deepest ambitions confidential, you allow them to mature naturally without the distortion of outside opinions or premature criticism. This can be a magical process, much like growing a seed in fertile soil hidden from the harsh elements until it is strong enough to emerge. In this silence, your plans can evolve freely, protected from the storms of doubt and the weight of others' expectations. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The fruit of this life is a good character that acts for the common good." Is it not true then that our silent efforts often contribute most significantly to our character? As we consider the value of privacy and silence in our shared world, let us remember that our most profound achievements may not always be the ones that win applause. It is often those milestones quietly conquered along our journey that build our character and strengthen our resolve. The next time you're tempted to announce your plans or worry about your fears, pause and consider the Stoic way to embrace the steady, quiet growth that leads to genuine, lasting achievements. Remember, from the Stoic view, true success comes not from the praise you earn, but from the virtues you cultivate. Finally, as you move forward, carry with you the words of Epictetus, another revered Stoic philosopher. What matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. This mindset is especially crucial in our era, where social pressures can lead to a constant quest to achieve more. Instead, embrace the quiet satisfaction of knowing that you are living true to your principles, bravely facing life's storms, and continually evolving into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Stoicism is not just about enduring life's battles, it's about emerging from them stronger and wiser, with a clear sense of purpose and resilience. By embracing these Stoic principles, you equip yourself with more than just philosophy. You adopt a practical framework for living a full and fearless life. Go ahead, ask yourself, how can I apply this timeless wisdom to transform my current challenges? In opportunities for growth, remember the wise words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not in external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Furthermore, Stoicism redefines the very notions of success and failure. In our society, success is often defined strictly by external achievements and recognition, while failure is seen as a setback. However, Stoics view every experience as a form of success if it leads to personal growth and better alignment with our core values. The sages argue that the path of life is not a straight line to the top, but a winding path filled with challenges and victories, each of which teaches us something crucial about ourselves. Life's journey is filled with moments that, while challenging, are rich in opportunities for personal development. By embracing this journey, by recognizing that each day's journey is where life truly unfolds, we understand that our decisions, actions, and the virtues we strive to embody define who we are far more than any singular achievement could ever consider. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us to maintain inner equanimity in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. While we cannot control every external event, we can master our responses to them. The practice of maintaining a calm and collected inner state, regardless of external circumstances, is key to emotional resilience. The Stoics believe that adversity only has the power we allow it to have over us. By managing our reactions, we maintain control over our emotional well-being, allowing us to face challenges with grace and strength. Your definition of success would change if it were measured by the integrity of your journey rather than praise for your achievements. Stoic practices also extend to how you interact with the world. In an era plagued by distractions, learning how to stay focused and productive is crucial. Stoicism teaches the virtues of justice and compassion in every interaction, urging you to open your heart and deepen your understanding of the human condition. When faced with stress, use composure and perspective, remembering that we can control our reactions, even if we can't control the situation itself. This reflective practice helps you accept imperfections in yourself and others and commits you to the pursuit of constant improvement. As Marcus Aurelius, another revered Stoic philosopher, would advise, do not waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be a good man. In a world that often seems driven by fleeting desires and superficial successes, Stoicism offers a path to true balance, resilience, and inner peace. It teaches you how to infuse these eternal virtues into every facet of your life, ensuring that no matter the external circumstances, you can maintain a core of stability and calm as you embrace life with purpose and clarity. On this Stoic path, you move forward with the strength and conviction that comes from knowing that wisdom is almost always yours. Stoicism also prepares us for the realities of life through the practice of negative visualization. This technique involves contemplating possible challenges and setbacks that you may encounter throughout the day. However, rather than inducing worry, this preparation is intended to arm you with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, allowing you to face any situation with equanimity and strength. By visualizing these scenarios, you cultivate a type of quiet resilience, a willingness to adapt and grow in the face of any adversity that may come your way. This thoughtful anticipation helps ensure that fluctuations of fate do not disturb your inner peace. Marcus Aurelius took time each morning to write down his intentions, emotions, and observations as a powerful exercise in self-awareness and intentionality. This daily ritual can become your personal guide, a source of wisdom and comfort, where you can pour out all your projects and ambitions, keeping them only for yourself without displaying them to the outside world. This can help you navigate through modern challenges with grace and insight. The cornerstone of a fulfilling and purposeful life lies in the wisdom of discerning between what is within our control and what is beyond our control. This essential distinction allows us to focus our energies effectively and avoid the frustration and discouragement that arise from pursuing unattainable goals. Transforming distractions into productivity is another Stoic practice that can significantly improve your efficiency and focus. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are omnipresent, but Stoicism teaches the virtue of temperance, self-discipline, and moderation, which helps manage these distractions. When you encounter interruptions, acknowledge them, and then consciously redirect your attention to your tasks. This practice not only cultivates inner peace, but also maximizes your potential to achieve meaningful results. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of how we interact with others. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice the Stoic virtues of justice, wisdom, and compassion. Approach every conversation and encounter with mindfulness, considering the impact of your words and actions on others. This not only improves your relationships, but also deepens your understanding of the human condition, improves your emotional intelligence, and fosters genuine connections. So as you move forward, consider how adopting these Stoic principles can reshape your approach to daily challenges, interactions, and personal goals. Adopt these strategies to live a more fulfilling, balanced, and resilient life, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. Think about the last time you faced a difficult situation or person. How did you react to? Could seeing this person as a partner in the human experience rather than an adversary change the dynamic of your interaction? This change in perspective is not merely philosophical, it is practical, giving us the strength to transform adversity into opportunity, to turn what might seem like trials into invaluable lessons for growth and fulfillment. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius also encourage us to practice negative visualization, not dwelling on what could go wrong, but mentally preparing for all possibilities. This practice does not generate pessimism, but resilience, and equips us with the strength to face any situation with a calm and prepared mind. And imagine how empowering it feels to know that you can handle anything life throws at you, because you've already considered the possibilities and prepared yourself to face them with grace and wisdom as you navigate through life's ups and downs. Life's journey is full of unexpected challenges, but with Stoicism as your guide, each challenge is an opportunity for personal growth and a testament to your strength and character. Embrace the cycle of continuous improvement and conscious living, and watch your life transform into a more fulfilling one. Every day, take a moment to recognize and appreciate the good in your life, the achievements, the growth, and even the setbacks that have taught you valuable lessons. Stoicism reminds us that this practice is not just about feeling better, it is about creating a foundation of satisfaction that improves every aspect of your life. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus advises, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you do not have. This perspective encourages us to appreciate our current blessings and approach life with a mindset of abundance rather than unpreparedness for daily challenges. The essential task in life, according to Stoicism, is to discern between what is under your control and what is beyond it. This clarity allows you to focus your efforts on your own actions and attitudes, which are the true areas of personal change and virtue. Here the words of Epictetus resonate powerfully. Do not look for the good externally, look for it within yourself. If you live by this maxim, each new day becomes a new opportunity to improve your character and strengthen your determination. Each morning, wake up knowing that the day ahead is not just another stretch of time, but a valuable opportunity to grow stronger, learn more, and deepen your commitment to living a life of purpose and meaning. Embrace this Stoic path with the seriousness it demands and the joy it can bring. Through this approach, you create a life not only full of activities, but rich in purpose and knowledge, preparation and self-reflection, not only to navigate but also to improve your daily experience. Remember that the journey of Stoicism is not a solitary trick, but a path traveled with the wise counsel of those who came before us and guided us to a life of virtue and resilience. Every conversation is an opportunity to make a positive, lasting impact, urging you to be aware of the influence your words and actions have on others. By consciously navigating these interactions, you deepen your understanding of the human condition and enhance your personal growth. Challenges such as outright hostility may occur, but remember, as Marcus Aurelius taught us, these negative behaviors arise from others' ignorance of what is truly good or bad. You can see those who might harm you not as adversaries, but as human companions who share the divine spark of reason. This perspective protects you from the potential harm of their actions, as you understand that no outside force can degrade your character without your consent. We are designed to work in harmony. When we view irritations or setbacks as natural parts of our interactions, we align ourselves more closely with the laws of nature, preventing these moments from developing into more significant conflicts. Negative self-talk can erode self-confidence and inhibit growth. Stoicism teaches us to be rational and kind in our self-evaluation. Avoiding responsibilities may offer short-term relief, but it leads to dissatisfaction and chaos in the long term. In our personal and professional lives, reacting impulsively, especially in stressful situations, can lead to poor decisions. Stoicism advocates a thoughtful, measured response that considers long-term effects. Resisting change can lead to a lack of adaptation to life and hinder progress. Embracing adaptability is key to navigating life's inevitable changes. It is not just a challenge, but an opportunity for growth and improvement. Remember that the path to change is often difficult, but as the Stoics remind us, the things that are difficult to achieve are the most valuable. Therefore, let us work with all the strength we can muster to live a life aligned with our highest potential. We are social beings by nature, prone to communicating effectively, so ideally, each conversation should be an enriching exchange that adds value to the life of each participant. To combat the decline in effective communication, expanding your vocabulary and interacting with diverse content is crucial. We can benefit from the practice of active listening. Focusing completely on the speaker, rather than planning your response, not only improves the flow of the conversation, but also ensures that the other person feels genuinely heard and valued. By constantly practicing active listening, anyone can raise their communication skills to a higher level. A habit that frequently undermines our well-being is constant comparison with others. It is a natural human tendency to compare ourselves to our peers, but this can erode self-esteem and decrease life satisfaction. This habit of comparison often leads us to overlook our own unique strengths and accomplishments, focusing instead on what others possess or have accomplished. The Stoics advise focusing on personal growth and valuing our own achievements rather than envying those of others. For some of us, constant comparison not only distorts our perception of self-worth, but also erodes our authenticity. We may find ourselves striving to meet external standards or emulate traits that do not align with our genuine self. Consider, for example, constantly comparing yourself to colleagues at work can create relentless pressure to outperform others, which could lead to burnout and a deep sense of unhappiness. Such comparisons distance us from understanding and appreciating our true selves. By freeing yourself from the cycle of comparison, you allow yourself to reconnect with your own values and ambitions instead of constantly looking outside. Find satisfaction in self-improvement and aspire to be better than you were yesterday, not who someone else is today. In conclusion, both ineffective communication and the habit of constant comparison can significantly alter the harmony and progress of your life. Whether comparing achievements, lifestyles, or possessions, this habit can seriously affect our self-esteem and life satisfaction. It's easy to look at others and feel inadequate in comparison, which can lead us to alter our behavior and stray from our authentic selves in search of approval or status. However, the Stoics teach us to focus on our own personal growth and appreciate what we have. They remind us that happiness does not come from being superior to others, but from being true to oneself and continually improving in line with one's own values. Imagine constantly measuring yourself against your colleagues or friends. This relentless competition can lead to exhaustion, dissatisfaction, and detachment from who you really are. On the other hand, Stoicism advises us to focus on ourselves. Compete with yourself by seeking personal improvement every day instead of surpassing others. By adopting this mindset, you align yourself more closely with Stoic principles and foster a sense of fulfillment that is not dependent on external validation. These Stoic practices transform not only your interactions with others, but also your relationship with yourself and others. If you choose to improve your communication skills and focus on personal growth inward rather than outward, you align yourself more closely with Stoic principles. Remember that the journey towards personal improvement begins far from external distractions and walking towards internal enrichment. In fact, the habit of seeking external blame is not just about avoiding responsibility, it fundamentally transfers control of life to external forces and strips you of autonomy. Stoic philosophy, with its deep insights into personal responsibility, contrasts sharply with this approach. By blaming others, we distance ourselves from true self-awareness and surrender to a victim mentality that can lead to emotional dependency and the erosion of resilience. This practice of externalizing blame not only encourages a lack of personal growth, but it also prevents us from learning from our mistakes and evolving as individuals. Stoicism urges us to accept every experience, especially challenging ones, as opportunities for personal development and to avoid the dangers of blaming others for our misfortunes. As Epictetus elegantly put it, we are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens. This perspective encourages us to regain control over our reactions, allowing us to maintain stability and inner peace regardless of external influences. Circumstances reflect times in your life when you might have attributed your frustrations or failures to others. By embracing this level of personal responsibility, you pave the way for genuine self-improvement and character development. Examine the habits that may be preventing you from achieving true autonomy and growth. Remember that only by recognizing and understanding your perceived limitations can you begin to free yourself from them. It is not about discarding all past beliefs, but rather critically evaluating them to determine what should remain, what should go, and what new principles we might adopt to forge a better path. Stoicism teaches that our greatest power lies in our perspective and our ability to choose our response to whatever life throws at us. Today, Stoicism remains relevant, providing valuable tools for managing the challenges of life in a world that often feels chaotic and out of control. Taking a Stoic approach can help us maintain clarity and equanimity. It invites us to transform negative emotions and adverse experiences into opportunities for growth by changing our perspective. After all, perspective is each person's unique experiences. They shape their view of the world. Stoicism comes as a counterweight to the relentless drive of modern advertising that insists that happiness comes from external acquisitions, whether it's the latest car, designer clothes, or the fattest bank account. From birth, we are inundated with conflicting messages from home, school, and the media, each of which shapes our worldview in subtle ways. These influences often set us up for disappointment by creating unrealistic expectations about what life owes us. Stoicism cuts through these confusions with a clear message. True satisfaction comes from within, not from the external traps of success. This philosophy teaches us the value of self-reliance, encouraging us to take actions for their own sake, not for some external reward. Stoicism reminds us that tying our happiness to external outcomes, whether the approval of others or material gains, almost invariably leads to disappointment. Instead, we are taught to measure success by our efforts and trust the process regardless of the outcome. Living simply, a principle deeply rooted in Stoic practice, frees us from the social shackles that bind us. By simplifying our lives and focusing on what really matters, our value choices and inner growth, we can lead richer, more authentic lives. In our modern world, where the search for more gadgets, more clothes, more everything seems endless, Stoicism offers this refreshing counterpoint. This philosophy encourages simplicity and moderation, teaching us to appreciate what is essential and reduce dependence on material possessions for happiness. By embracing solitude, we give ourselves the space to rediscover the richness within rather than around us. This perspective shifts our focus from external acquisition to internal growth that leads us to find true wealth in our resilience and fulfillment. Stoicism and existentialist philosophies remind us of the eternal human search for purpose and meaning. While Stoics focus on virtue and personal mastery, they also value community and interpersonal relationships. Thinkers such as Aristotle and Cicero have argued that building genuine connections and actively participating in community life are essential to achieving personal happiness and virtue. Cicero, in particular, wrote extensively about the virtues of friendship and the importance of surrounding yourself with people who share similar values and aspirations. Incorporating these timeless philosophies into modern life not only prepares us to face challenges, but invites us to live with a richer sense of purpose. Stoicism teaches that self-control and acceptance of what life brings us offers a powerful remedy for this difficult modern situation. This principle is relevant to all of us. We were not created to be passive like plants, but rather we are dynamic beings meant to actively engage with the world. Stoic teachings encourage us to cultivate our capacity for independent thought and to take responsibility for our actions. They remind us that every decision we make, every word we speak, shapes not only our destiny, but also the world around us. Stoicism gives us invaluable strength to navigate today's fast-paced and often disorienting world. It helps us live with a sense of purpose and ensures our interactions are rooted in authenticity and respect. Authenticity and self-expression are essential for meaningful exchanges. Without them, we struggle to convey our true needs and feelings, leading to frustration and resentment. This commitment to improving the way you interact will undoubtedly lead to more genuine and effective connections. Reflecting critically on our behaviors and the principles that guide them is not about erasing our past, but about evolving our moral understanding. As we grow, we decide which values to adopt, which to retain, which to revise, and which new principles we might adopt. It is easy to drown in despair when faced with the storms of life, but Stoicism offers a lifeline by embracing acceptance and mastering our responses. We can navigate through adversity with grace and resilience. This philosophy is not simply about suppressing emotions, rather it provides a framework for understanding and integrating our experiences, allowing us to see the world through a lens of wisdom and equanimity. Today, the principles of Stoicism remain as relevant as ever in our fast-paced and often unpredictable lives. Why is it important to know yourself? Because true peace comes from within when you understand your deepest values and desires. You no longer look for approval outside. This is what the Stoics meant when they emphasized self-sufficiency or autarky. They believed that by cultivating inner strength, one could remain unperturbed by the chaos of the external world. Now consider this. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the opinions and expectations of others? Stoicism teaches us to value periods of solitude as opportunities to strengthen our inner being in silence, away from the constant barrage of social noise, in which we can truly reflect and grow. This practice not only helps us align more closely with our authentic selves, but also protects us from being influenced by external pressures. Have you ever experienced a moment of clarity and solitude that gave you a deep sense of independence? It's like finding an inner compass that guides you regardless of the storms raging outside. Stoicism is not about withdrawing from the world, but about strengthening yourself so you can engage more fully on your own terms. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us remember the Stoic approach by encouraging strong internal dialogue. By cultivating personal solitude, we can achieve a level of independence that not only enriches our lives, but also enables us to live with intention and integrity. Remember the goal. It is not about isolation, but about developing a sense of identity so strong that we can interact with the world without losing balance. In doing so, we honor the Stoic legacy of equality, self-knowledge, and the pursuit of a life well lived and true to our deepest selves.
Another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, managing emotions. Like ocean waves, they can be calm and relaxing or stormy and challenging.
The Stoics did not advocate suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and managing them wisely. They considered emotions as natural human experiences, but they warned against making us their slaves. By seeking solitude, we create a personal space away from external judgments and pressures that allows us a clearer perspective to explore our feelings. In this stillness, how can we observe our emotions? As if they were clouds floating through the sky, without letting them dictate our reactions. But in addition, the Stoics practiced what could be called dissociative observation, a method in which solitude serves as a laboratory for self-examination. This practice involves taking a step back and observing our emotions objectively. Imagine being alone, witnessing your feelings as if they were separate from you, moving through yourself, but not controlling you. This detachment is not about disconnection, but about gaining a healthier perspective that allows for more thoughtful responses rather than impulsive reactions. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we harness the power of Stoicism to improve our well-being and wisdom. It teaches us that true independence and strength come from within us, and that by mastering ourselves, we can lead a fuller and more balanced life. This exploration of Stoic principles does not simply serve as an intellectual guide. It is an exercise, a practical guide to living a more intentional and autonomous life. It invites us to reflect on our values, control our responses, and find satisfaction in simplicity. Clarity and decision-making is another area where Stoicism provides guidance in the solitude of contemplation. Away from the cacophony of competing opinions, we find the clarity to make decisions that align with our deepest values. The Stoics saw this process as navigating the crossroads of life, with the stars of reason and virtue as our guides. When was the last time you got away from the noise of life? Solitude is not simply a physical state, but a transformative environment where one can cultivate virtue, the ultimate goal of Stoicism. Envision virtue not just as an abstract ideal, but as a practical guide for daily life that helps us act with wisdom and integrity, no matter the circumstances. In these quiet moments, we reflect on how to live virtuously and make decisions that resonate with our true selves. Finally, finding inner peace in the tumult of everyday life is perhaps the most sought-after promise of Stoicism. In the midst of the loneliness of chaos, it serves as a sanctuary where we can foster tranquility and strengthen our resolve. By embracing these Stoic practices, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also become a source of strength and serenity to those around us. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, very little is needed to make a happy life. Everything is within you, in your way of thinking. These practices offer us the opportunity to step back, face our emotions calmly, make decisions with clarity, and cultivate an inner tranquility that echoes the virtues of the Stoics. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to face life's challenges with a calm and balanced spirit? The journey of personal growth and continuous self-reflection is filled with lessons that resonate across time. This approach allows you to grow silently, like a seed protected from hostile elements, until it is strong enough to thrive on its own. It's not about hiding who you are, but protecting your inner peace from the constant scrutiny of the public eye. So as you go about your daily life, consider what aspects of your personal journey could benefit from a little more privacy and a lot less external validation. The Stoics invite you to embrace each day with a clear mind and a strong heart that continually strives to grow and understand that the journey of Stoicism is not about reaching a state of perfection. It is about evolving, adapting, and thriving in the midst of the ever-changing tides of life. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to share how you plan to apply these Stoic principles in your life. Will you choose to share less online? Will you invest more time in introspection? Think about how you can apply the wisdom of Stoicism to your life. What steps can you take to integrate these timeless teachings into your daily routine? How will you use Stoicism to guide your journey toward a more balanced, courageous, and fulfilling life? We invite you to reflect on these questions and share your thoughts. Have you found peace of mind by keeping certain things from yourself? How has discretion played a role in your personal growth and happiness? If our discussion today resonated with you, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let us continue to learn and grow together under the timeless guidance of Stoic wisdom.